All this getting on the driving suspended merry-go-round. You get on it and you can't get off of it. If you get convicted of this no operator's license, it'll go on your driving record and it'll prohibit you from getting your license for probably 180 days. So what Mr. Stickley proposed was, and I'm sure Mr. George, the city attorney, will agree, we adjourn this about a month and see if you can come in and at least have your permit. There's a charge that Mr. George could amend this to that would not go on your driving record and wouldn't affect your ability to get your driver's license. So how about if we adjourn it?
Yeah.
I'm going to adjourn it to a day that I don't have pre-exam conferences, which would be good morning.
Good morning.
One person? All right, we've got others coming. Good morning, everyone. Today is the 5th of May. Probably someone's birthday somewhere. We have a very busy day today. We have a misdemeanor arraignments to start our day. Some of these are left over from last Tuesday and got pushed to this morning because of power outage last week. We also have 31 pre-exam conferences. That's a lot. It's last week's and this week's. Then we have preliminary examinations this afternoon. And I have sobriety court, which means both Judge Pattison and I need this large courtroom. We've come to the conclusion, as we're working through this, we have 4 courts. We only have 2 functional courtrooms. Only one of the 2 courtrooms has adequate security and jury accommodations. All 4 courts are very busy. Judge Pattison and I share the district court. He also has half of circuit court with the domestic relations docket. Judge Kane is covering much of Judge Stutzman's docket, which means his docket suffers. We have a visiting judge who is handling civil matters in circuit court. We're trying to line up a judge to handle the criminal matters. Judge Pattison and I are also handling some of the criminal cases. And then I have a 100% district court docket, which is busy. So we're all doing the best we can. We've been meeting regularly to try to work on problems, and there are some. Anyway, we're going to be busy today. I guess that's what the pay is for. Today's song, maybe you know it, maybe you don't. I like it. That's our criteria. Walt Grace, desperately aiding his whole space, dreamed to discover a new space and buried himself alive inside his basement, tongue in the side of his face meant he's working away on displacement, what it would take to survive. It's a story about Walt Grace. As many times as I've listened to it, I don't really know what happens to him in the end. I guess it's up to the listener. You hear it. You decide what happened to Walt Grace at the end of his journey. Anyway, another problem today is almost everybody seems to have some unpaid fines and costs. I'll let this run for a minute. Our visitors were here for their last day, and It's always good to have company in here, but I'm about to have a whole bunch of company. I was very disappointed last Tuesday when the power went out. It went out Monday night. I mentioned we were here and we heard the big boom and saw the telephone pole crash in the street. And we thought, well, they'll get this fixed. And then we got a message about 6 a.m. that we were going to be 2-hour delay, and then it was delayed, and then it was delayed, and then it was finally canceled. Power didn't come on sometime until late Tuesday night. But we lost the whole day, including multiple difficult prelims that were set on my docket. When it got adjourned a week, they're now set on Judge Patterson's docket. And so he's inherited those. There are 5 of them, I think, left. And every Tuesday that he has prelims, I have sobriety court. Holy smokes. We didn't have enough to do. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people that got arrested last night. I'm not sure how many of those are mine or the magistrates or Judge Patterson's. Also, one of our defendants called in. He overslept. He said, I won't be here today. That's not how it works. Good morning, Mr. George.
Good morning, Your Honor.
What's this guy charged with? Charged with a felony. Oh, God. Pick him up. He overslept. Oh, I'm sorry. And my monitor's still doing funky in and out stuff. Well, they gave me a list of people that were here, and there was one person on it. Reggie King is supposed to be here today. The last time I saw him, he was in a cell, and I was able to mute his microphone. We'll see how he does here today. Have you got any of the PECs today, Tim?
No, sir.
Well, you're fortunate. Have you had any luck on accelerating your duty weeks?
I think we just got the confirmation yesterday, so I'm moving with Paul and Rhonda to bump up.
I told Rhonda to give you a call.
She had some back-to-back weeks, so she was looking to get out of one of those anyway, so it worked out pretty well.
Well, it is 8:15, so I guess I will shut off the chat. Thank you all for saying good morning from wherever you are. Some people are telling you goodbye, safe travels.
Thank you.
And with our shared moment of humanity, see if you can figure out how Walt Grace did. I will be gone for 2 days at the treatment court conference, which is a big, important conference. I'll be back Friday morning. I'll actually be back Thursday evening for a program, but we'll be back in court on Friday morning with a landlord-tenant morning. But I'm gonna go buggy if this screen keeps blinking out. Yes, I will open it up. Good morning. Hi.
So we do have a gentleman in jail with a pending bench warrant. I know we have a lot going on today. Don't know when you would like to see him.
It's about midnight.
If you're able to, if not, I think he's gotta be.
He was just the subject of a PPO. Did he get arrested on some other
He
stuff?
got arrested on any charges, I don't know.
Is this Lonnie the third? How old is this dude?
Let's see, his birthday is 1988.
Same as me.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you know.
Yep, no worries, just wanted to.
He is an ordinance case, no operators. I see. What else does he have?
It's a new charge, it's from yesterday, so I wasn't here, the case is correct. I can email you this.
All right, why don't we see what we're doing? All right. That was Shane making a guest appearance.
Hey, Joe. Good.
All right, let's go live here. Good morning, Jordan. All right. All right, we're gonna get to work. We got lots to do and nobody's here. It always full. I think the bailiffs are maybe overwhelmed. All right, let's go to work. Now that Jordan's here, we can start. This courtroom has its charm, but also has its drawbacks. The jury room has no bathroom. There's no adequate holding facility on this floor for an inmate. There's no bathroom for anybody that's in custody. Good morning, Mr. Stickley.
Good morning, Judge. It's going to be a little while. It's quite the kerfluffle at the entrance.
Yes. Is that Yiddish?
Sure.
I don't know if it's Yiddish or German.
A bit of a Yiddish at all, kerfluffle, eh?
Well, Jordan's here. We could arraign her on something.
Need a Gary though.
We gonna hold our consent this morning or?
Did you see Mr. Reggie King out there?
No.
He's scheduled for today.
I asked who's here for 8:15 and nobody raised.
They said there was someone named Philip Peterson.
I don't know. But Mr. Carpenter is out here getting fingerprints. He is here.
All right, Martin Carpenter. I believe if you call for Philip Peterson, he may be out there. All right. I always enjoy a good kerfluffle with chocolate syrup.
We're ready. He's represented by Mr. Truckee.
Oh, all right.
Mr. Truckee is in the room, but he'll be here shortly.
Have a seat, sir. You'll be fine. Come on in and just have a seat. We're off like the proverbial herd of turtles. I understand Mr. Carpenter is here. We have 10 arraignments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One defendant called in this morning and said he
Notice the tone shift here after all the courtroom banter. We finally get down to business. And Judge Fleischer does something experienced judges do exceptionally well. He explains the charge in plain English, gives the possible penalty, and immediately looks for practical solutions instead of dramatic punishment. That's courtroom efficiency mixed with common sense. Quick question: do you think more judges should focus on fixing problems rather than simply handing out penalties?
We're going to start our arraignment docket with Martin Lester Carpenter. The file number is 26683SM. Mr. Carpenter is charged with having no insurance. We get lots of these. Are you Martin Carpenter?
Yes, sir.
No insurance is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail. I don't think in history of the world any ever got a year in jail, but that's the maximum. Carries a minimum fine of $200, a maximum fine of $500. So the lowest fine would be $325 if used as cost. And I always ask this fundamental question: do you have insurance now?
Yes.
Do you have proof of it with you?
Yes, I do.
All right, who's your insurance carrier?
Progressive.
That seems to be popular. All right, have a seat. We're going to need to contact the prosecutor. There's a lesser charge, which is a civil infraction, which would carry a $100 fine and not be a crime. If we can get the prosecutor's consent, perhaps we can dismiss this charge and reduce it to a civil infraction. So have a seat for a moment. We'll see if we can get some help. Our whole new configuration, we were all on the same floor. Prosecutor's office was at the other end of the hall. The prosecutor's on 2 different floors. The floors below us. At least district court is all on the same floor. We've taken all of the 3rd floor, every foot of it. All right, I'll step aside for a moment. Let's talk to Mr. Peterson, Philip Peterson. Are you Philip Edward Peterson?
Yes.
Here's where courtroom procedure quietly becomes very important. Defense counsel wants a bond condition modified so family therapy can happen, but the judge immediately pumps the brakes until the prosecutor is present. Why? Because changing bond terms in a domestic case without hearing both sides can create legal and safety issues. That's not delay, that's due process. Also, did you catch how calm and measured that exchange was? Serious case, zero theatrics, all law.
Enter a plea of not guilty and ask me to set an attorney pretrial.
Yes, but we would want to be heard on an amendment to the bond conditions.
I can't address that without the prosecutor being present.
And it would simply be to allow family therapy to take place between mother, father, and the complainant.
Well, I'd like to hear what the prosecutor's opinion is, so
I can
we'll
try
show a
to,
plea of not guilty.
would you like me to try to find a prosecutor this morning, Your Honor?
Yes, I will. Now, our next attorney pretrial would be Friday, June 5th, I believe is the date. Are you available that day?
Yes.
All right, let's take a look at the conditions here. You still live at 500 Maple Street?
I'm staying at 504.
All right, just next door.
Yes, sir.
because of the no contact provision.
Yes, sir.
I used to deliver newspapers in that neighborhood. My father lived at 700 Maple Street 80 years ago, give or take. I have a picture of my uncle with about a 1950 Indian motorcycle parked in front of that house on Maple Street. According to the bond order, you are to not use any alcohol, no contact with ASA. So that person is in 500 and you're in the house next door.
Yes, sir.
How old is that person?
16 and a half.
Ross, I'm willing to hear it, but I don't want to take it up without the prosecutor being present. I
Understood.
also need the prosecutor's help on an insurance case, so I don't know if Abigail, let me see who authorized this, might have some knowledge of it. Signed by Deborah J. Davis.
I will see who is on the third floor.
All right, second floor. All right, Mr. Cuellar, would you come forward, please? Come right up to the podium if you would. They ended up sitting there because that was a place to sit, but it's actually the prosecutor's side. Good morning, Mr. Cuellar.
Good morning, sir.
This distinguished gentleman next to you is Mr. Keith Stickley. He's the Chief Public Defender. This is file number 26698SM. You're Bocephus Lee Cuellar.
Yes, sir.
You got charged with domestic assault. That's the last case we just had, was one of those. Domestic assault is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. It would prohibit you from using or possessing a firearm. The complainant is your girlfriend, I guess we'll call her. This allegedly occurred in the city of Three Rivers on April 18th. I'm sure that Mr. Stickley would recommend that you plead not guilty. I had appointed an attorney to help you with this.
Yes,
Set
sir.
it for a pretrial. Is that agreeable with you?
Yes, sir.
Again, there's probably a no contact provision. Where are you staying?
The Three Rivers,
At 7th Street?
10, yep, yes.
All right, where is Emily staying?
Truck and Miller Road in Constantine, or Centerville?
That's where you used to live.
Yes, sir.
All right, plead not guilty. Appoint an attorney. Set an attorney pretrial for June 5th, 2026 at
This is classic Judge Fleischer, a little humor, a little fatherly advice, and a subtle legal warning wrapped in charm. Don't get in any more trouble sounds casual, but it carries real weight. New charges while a case is pending? That can seriously damage a defendant's standing in court. And let's be honest, the judge trying to collect $12 million in unpaid fines before retirement sounds like the most ambitious retirement goal ever. Think he gets there?
check on that too. My goal is to have everybody pay all their unpaid fines and costs by the time I retire in December. So it'll be $12 million of unpaid fines if I can collect it all.
I'll do what I can.
All right, Mr. Cuellar, I don't know anything that happened here, but don't get in any more trouble. You call your lawyer and discuss this. They'll get the police report. Prosecutor will get some input from the complainant. And you'll have your $50 paid and all will be right in the world. All
Thank you.
right, you're good to go. All right, well, let's see if any of our other misdemeanors showed up. Jose Morales Garcia. Rebecca Heinrich. Good morning. I think I need some water or something.
Yeah, because I was just getting my license. Yeah. Sorry.
Good morning. This is the place. We're gonna hit the ground running here in a little bit when we get a prosecutor. You may be convening back here in the jury room. Have you touched base with the prosecutor yet?
No, Your Honor. I didn't know where they were.
Well, have a seat in here. When we find one, we'll try to connect you.
Thank you.
Yes, everything's a bit disorienting. Tim, I'm gonna squeeze in Lonnie Williams. Not like we don't have a bunch to do, but we got a bit of a lull, and I've got a bench warrant for him. He's at order. Good morning, Deputy Keeley. Could I see Lonnie Daniel Williams in my courtroom? All right, thanks. Bye. All right, Ms. Heinrich, you got a ticket for driving without a valid operator's license. We get lots and lots of those. May be our most common offense. It's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. It does carry 2 points and it goes on your driving record. Oh, good, thanks. I saw you showing something to the public defender. Do you have your license back now?
She actually doesn't, Your Honor, but she's in the process of getting a permit. I think she's had it before. So we'd ask that you enter a not guilty plea, give her a little bit of time. I think she can wrap some stuff up prior to coming back.
So you're working on getting your permit?
Yeah, we were hit with a tornado and I just didn't go and finish.
You live on River Drive.
Mhm.
You get it both ways. You get flooded and you get tornadoed when you live on River
Yeah,
Drive.
and surprisingly, we
And this right here is one of those hidden legal traps that catches thousands of people. The license suspension merry-go-round. One driving offense leads to restrictions. Restrictions make compliance harder. Then another offense piles on top and suddenly you're stuck in a legal loop that's hard to escape. The judge sees that cycle and offers a path out instead of pushing her deeper in. Smart judging or being too lenient? Drop your take in the comments.
So you had a permit and it expired?
Mhm.
Okay. That's common too. I call this getting on the driving suspended merry-go-round. You get on it and you can't get off of it. If you get convicted of this no operator's license, it'll go on your driving record and it'll prohibit you from getting your license for probably 180 days. So what Mr. Stickley proposes, and I'm sure Mr. George, the city attorney, will agree, we adjourn this about a month and see if you can come in and at least have your permit there's a charge that Mr. George could amend this to that would not go on your driving record and wouldn't affect your ability to get your driver's license. So how about if we adjourn it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna adjourn it to a day that I don't have pre-exam conferences, which would be a even numbered Tuesday. So let's adjourn this to June 2nd. That gives you about 28 days to get your permit. Bring it with you. I gotta get a better system. All right, let's give you 4 weeks. Would you give her a copy of this, please?
Officer.
Deputy?
Would you please give her a copy of this? All right, Ms. Henrik, you're good to go.
Thank you. Have a great day.